You know what gives someone power over you instantly? Your reaction. Not your intelligence, not your strength. Just the fact that they said one sentence and you immediately responded. That moment, that split second where something triggers you and you react without thinking. That's when you hand control to someone else. Niccolò Machiavelli, the Renaissance philosopher who spent years studying power, understood this better than almost anyone. He wrote that the person who controls their reactions controls the situation, not the loudest person, not the angriest person, the one who pauses. Malcolm X learned the same lesson from a completely different angle. In prison, he discovered that the moment you react emotionally, you've already lost. He wrote, "Don't be in a hurry to condemn because he doesn't do what you do or think as you think." Both men, separated by centuries and continents, understood something most people never learn. When you react immediately, you're not showing strength. You're showing exactly where your buttons are. And once someone knows where your buttons are, they own you. Here's why reacting immediately is exactly what they want. First, it shows them what moves you. Every time you react instantly to a comment, a look, or a deliberate silence, you're giving away information. You're teaching the other person exactly what gets under your skin. Machiavelli called this revealing your weaknesses without being asked. In psychology, this is called emotional transparency. And while transparency sounds positive, in strategic situations, it's dangerous. Think about it. If someone says something and your face immediately changes, if your voice gets defensive, if you jump to explain yourself, what have you just shown them? That this particular thing matters to you. That this is how they can control you next time. The person who can make you react is the person who can steer you. Second, immediate reactions are almost always emotional, not strategic. Malcolm X wrote about this extensively. He said that in his early life, he reacted to everything instantly. Someone disrespected him, he fought back immediately. Someone challenged him, he responded without thinking. And every single time, he was being controlled by his emotions, not his mind. Then in prison, he learned to create space between stimulus and response. Someone would say something designed to provoke him, and instead of reacting, he would pause. He would think. He would choose his response instead of letting his emotions choose for him. That pause, that tiny moment of self-control, changed everything. Psychologists call this emotional regulation. Studies show that people who can delay their emotional reactions make better decisions, maintain more power in conflicts, and are significantly harder to manipulate. The person who reacts immediately is predictable. The person who pauses is dangerous. Third, when you react immediately, you're operating on their timeline, not yours. This is something Machiavelli understood deeply. He wrote that powerful people control the tempo of interactions. They don't respond when others demand a response. They respond when they're ready. Think about how this plays out. Someone sends you a message designed to upset you. If you respond immediately, you've just told them that they can command your attention whenever they want. You've given them the power to interrupt your day, your focus, your peace, just by pressing send. But if you pause, if you take an hour or a day, or sometimes never respond at all, you've just taken that power back. You've shown that your time and attention aren't available on demand. That's a shift in power that most people never think about. Fourth, immediate reactions give you no time to see the game being played. Often, when someone is trying to get a reaction from you, there's a reason. They want to make you look unstable. They want to bait you into saying something you'll regret. They want to shift attention away from their own actions by making you the reactive one. Malcolm X saw this constantly. People would provoke him, hoping he'd respond with anger, so they could then point at his anger and ignore everything he was actually saying. Once he learned to control his reactions, he became far more effective. Because now the conversation stayed on his terms, not theirs. Machiavelli wrote something similar about how rulers stay in power. He said that a prince must appear calm even when chaos surrounds him, because the moment people see you rattled, they know they can rattle you again. Your reaction becomes a tool they can use whenever they need it. Fifth, and this is the most important one, when you react immediately, you lose the ability to choose the version of yourself you want to be. You're not responding as your best self. You're responding as your triggered self, and those are two very different people. Psychology research shows that people who train themselves to pause before responding report feeling more in control of their lives. Not because they avoid conflict, but because they choose when and how to engage with it. They're not bouncing around reacting to every provocation. They're deciding which battles matter. Malcolm X put it this way: I have no mercy or compassion in me for a society that will crush people and then penalize them for not being able to stand up under the weight. He learned that reacting immediately to every injustice, every provocation, every manipulation would crush him. So he learned to choose his moments, to fight strategically, not emotionally. And that's the real lesson here. This isn't about becoming cold or unfeeling. It's about understanding that the person who controls their reactions controls their life. The person who reacts immediately is being controlled by everyone around them. Machiavelli and Malcolm X, two men from completely different worlds, both figured out the same truth. Power doesn't go to the quickest reactor. It goes to the person who can pause, assess, and then choose their response. The next time someone tries to provoke you, remember this. The reaction they want from you is the immediate one. The one that comes from emotion, not strategy. The one that hands them exactly what they're looking for. Don't give it to them. Pause. Breathe. Choose your response. That pause is where your power lives.